Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, my name is Ikbar Ariq and this is my friend Fadlil. Now we group number 6 will talk about our topic individual. In the past, teachers often talk from a homogeneous perception view. They considered all students are same and give them the same learning material. In fact, not all students are the same. So this results in students who easily understand lesson called smart and students who have difficulty understanding lesson are called a stupid person. Even though maybe students who are called stupid just cannot accept lesson with the learning method used by the teacher at the time. But it is different from today because now there are different activities. Teachers have started to differentiate content, level, methods, and assignment to different students to create an effective learning environment and make it easy for students to achieve learning goal. Students are individuals who have a differences in many aspects when do a study activity, such as their English level, general abilities, learning style, disabilities, interests, and personal skills. The difference in the student and learning style like this can be analyzed using this following analysis technique. The first one is technique using sensory preference or visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Second, multiple intelligence technique. And third, Gregor means style difference techniques. Now we talk about the first one, technique using sensory preference, visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. In learning activities, students have different ways of getting lesson information. Some of the ways students usually use are saying or visual, listening or audio, and direct practice or kinesthetic. For visual type students understand the lesson by showing concrete evidence about the lesson so that students can understand the lesson when viewed. Then the audio type, students understand the lesson by relying on their hearing to understand the lesson delivered by the teacher. And then for the kinesthetic type, students understand the lesson by doing and remember a body gesture. Students tend to focus on only one skill in understanding the lesson. But if students rely on only in one ability, students will not experience good progress in receiving lesson because not all lesson can be learned only with one ability. That is why it is recommended to use the FAK model of learning because it combines the three methods into one in learning activities, so that the potential of students will develop in not only one ability. And for more information about this technique, you can check these several links that will give you some information that can help you to more understand about this technique. Okay, the second, we will talk about the multiple intelligence technique. Intelligence is a human skill that used to solve a kind of problem, and according to Howard Gardner, humans have 8 kinds of intelligence. They are intelligence in linguistic, logical mathematical, spatial, bodily kinesthetic, musical, interpersonal, and now naturalist. Intel in linguistic is the ability to use and process words effectively both orally and in writing. Children who have high linguistic intelligence can speak fluently. And Intel in logical mathematical is the ability related to the use of number and logical effectively. Children who have a prominent mathematical logic intelligence can easily carry out the task of thinking about abstract systems such as mathematics and philosophy. And Intel in spatial, it is the ability to capture the visual spatial words precisely, as possessed by hunter, architect, and navigator. Then Intel in bodily kinesthetic, it is the ability to use the body or gesture to express ideas and a feeling as an actor, athletes, dancer, and sculptors. Then Intel in musical, This is the ability to develop, express, and enjoy musical form and sound, includes the sensitivity of rhythm and melody. The person that have this kind of intelligence is like the musician and the person that do an orchestra. And next is interpersonal. Interpersonal skill is the ability related to self-knowledge and the ability to act adaptively based on self-knowledge. And this kind of intelligence often haved by a survivor. Yeah, like a survivor. And next is intrapersonal. This is the ability to understand and be sensitive to the feelings, intention, motivation, character, and temperament of other person. This ability is to establish relationship and communicate with the various people. And the last, intel in naturalis. It is the ability to understand flora and fauna well, the ability to understand and enjoy nature, and to use the ability productively in hunting, farming, and developing knowledge of nature. Every individual must have a one level of intelligence that stand out, but on the one hand, they also don't have a good abilities at other intelligence. So that by doing multiple intelligence techniques that use more than one intelligence in our learning activities, it is hoped that students can improve their other intelligence abilities. And for more information about this technique, you can check this several links that will give you some information that can help you to more understand about this technique. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, my name is Ikbar Ariq and this is my friend Fadlil. Now we group number 6 will talk about our topic individual. After people receive incoming information, people will organize and use the information they perceive. Gregor states that there are differences in the processing information which is called as a regulation. Organization refers to the way in which people organize and store data. According to Gregor, there are two abilities of individuals to regulate perception. They are a sequential and random. Sequential characteristics, according to Guinness, have a characteristics such as organizing information systematically, logical and practical, structured, structured like step by step, thinker who will pursue one idea, and likes the method or of learning one by one sequentially. Meanwhile, people with the random type have a characteristic such as organizing information without a certain sequence, such as starting in the middle or starting from the end and finally returning to the beginning. And next, they keep everything everywhere without rhyme or reason, but can make a spontaneous connection, storing information in categories that make sense to him or her but not to others, and tends to think in the large chunks. Based on differences in the perception and information management, Gregor, who is a professor in the field of curriculum and teaching at Connecticut University, divides the thinking style known as a Gregor model of style in the fourth kind, and they are concrete sequential, concrete random, abstract sequential, and abstract random. And the first one is concrete sequential. Concrete sequential learner like organized step-by-step work. They are approach fixed, clear code text with logical, rule, and instruction. And second, an abstract sequential learner. They are also enjoy structured guidance in their work, but like unearthing conclusion, connection, and meaning for themselves. And the third, an abstract random. And an abstract random learner, they find unstructured work helpful. They prefer to the activities that allow them to explore, discuss, and make a response creatively in their way. And the last is concrete random. Concrete random learner enjoy their planning on work and structure, respecting other people, rule and guidelines, and they are happy experimenting, but also want to reach a definite goals that they can be satisfied with.
The the fourth technique is audit. The audit is the key tool for finding out about your student's learning style. It's a means of gaining useful concrete data about the area you are researching. Typically, it will involve students answering a set of written or oral questions. With low-level students, this might be done in their first language. Here are some sample audit questions for determining fact preference. First, do you prefer to listen to teacher explaining grammar or to read about it in a book? EDS example auditory versus visual. The second is the fifth is taking technique taking learner styles with a pinch of salt. Much differentiation makes a great deal of sense and short form a core part of any definition of what good teaching is. But differentiation can involve a lot of extra work for the teacher that we need to ensure that this extra effort bears real fruit and is not mainly aimed at pleasing our observers and inspectors. Crucially, the real demand of differentiation is in asking for an attitudinal change in the teacher more than just adding in a token extra task or two for the slow students. Differentiation means that the teacher has to see him or herself as someone who is generally teaching all the people in the room, not just the stronger, faster ones. And this attitude has to affect every aspect.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, my name is Ikbar Ariq and this is my friend Fadlil. Now we group number 6 will talk about our topic individual.
Thank you for your attention and don't